back in 1970, back when I met Theodore Cruz. I was, doing as both do and, hopping train from city to city and, trying to find an honest day work, and make my day's bread. Pass through El Paso and go down to Austin, Texas again. And I meet a boy named Theodore Ted Cruz. And I get off the train, we both are sleeping in a train car, and I hop off the train, and he's standing there with a baby gun and shooting tin cups and bottles and tossing rocks around and, just doing things that boys do. So I gets off the train and I looks at him and I says, what you doing on these here train tracks, boy? These ain't safe down here. No, this is boat territory. You need to get your ass gone. Hey, look at me, and he says, excuse me, sir, my name is Theodore Cruz, and, I'm just down here doing some target practice. So I says to him, what you doing target practice for, son? And, he says back to me, well, sir, to be honest with you, sir, he's kicking the ground and kicking rocks around. He looking down at his shoes. He don't want to look me in the eye. I can tell when a man's lying because a man who is not telling the truth, he won't look you in the eye. Just like every single president of the United States, which that'll come to play in this story in a moment, And Theodore looked down and kicking his shoes and said, well, I just want to be able to shoot as good as my pappy. And I looks at him and says, son, I can tell when a boy is lying, and I can even tell when a man is lying, and you ain't no man. You're just a boy, and you're just lying to a bow. And you can't lie to a bow. I used to run with the eggs back in the 1940s, and I understand what a lie looked like, son, and this is a bold-faced lie. So Theodore Cruz, he looked up at me and he said, please, sir, don't tell nobody I was over here. If my parents find out, I'm gonna be grounded and I'm getting a lot of trouble with the laws. So I says to him, oh, you got trouble with the laws then, yeah? That was going on. You got the police after you and all that stuff. And he's nodding his head and, looking down at the ground, start crying. So I says to him, okay, son, I've had my fair share running with the law. I just done another stint for armed robbery and, impersonating a government official. But, we talk about that another day. And, I says to him, I just got out of prison again and, I understand, but it's not such a bad place. You learn how to be an honest man, learn how to go back out into the world and make your day's bread. So I look at Teddy and I says to him, that's not such a bad thing, son, but, so why is you trying to keep out of prison? It's a cot, it's a soup, and it's all free. The taxpayers will pay for you to, sleep in your cot and get your day's bread, and you're gonna be safe. And he looks at me and says, I can't go to no prison, sir, because I wants to be me the president of the United States. Or at least the president of the state of Texas. And I look at Theodore and I says, okay, well, I can help you with that. I've helped a many man become the president of many states and countries before, especially the country America, in the 1930s when I solved the financial crisis with a company I started called Build-A-Bear. There's another story for another day, I might tell you about I helped that man get elected to the president of the United States. I put him in the White House. So I tells Teddy this and says, if you're really serious, I will teach you how to become a politician, but you gotta get better at lying. But first, I need you to tell me the truth. What you running from the law down here, and why you got you a BB gun and you're doing target practice on a train track in the middle of the broad daylight? Teddy look at me and he says, well, sir, you promise you don't tell nobody? And I tells him, look, son, I'm a beau. and I used to run with the eggs, and and the code of the bow is you ain't never rat a man out alive. You will carry your secret to your grave. So I says to him, okay, Teddy, you're gonna tell me what's going on, and I is gonna trade knowledge with you. I'm gonna teach you how to become a president of either the United States or at least the state of Texas. Excuse me. So it's, Teddy Cruz, he tell me, look, there's a thing called a Zodiac Killer. He's a man a queer man who is taking out his frustration on the world by, shooting all these people. And then he taunt the police by sending them different letters with codes and things that he found in a homosexual magazine. He found the code book in a queer magazine crossword puzzle. And I says, okay, what's that got to do with you? And he said, well, I is that Zodiac Killer, sir. So, I tell him, I'm a bow. I ain't gonna tell nobody that you're this Zodiac Killer thing, but you gotta keep that under your hat, just like I will. So, over the next 6 months, I teaching Teddy and taking him out on the train tracks. Every morning, he bring me a pot of soup. And in return, I tells him everything I know about becoming the president. When I teach him how to, lie without looking down at his shoes and how to tell the truth. And the only problem with Teddy Cruz, other than being a queer murderer, was that he was a funny-looking boy. He looked kind of like Bat Boy, who I met in the 1955, 1956. And I says, you look kind of like the Bat Boy, and you got funny-looking ears, and you look kind of cartoonish, and, you're going to have to make up for that. You're going to have to become a real good debater. You're going to have to debate and debate and debate. So I tells him, you got to go to get you a college degree, get your degree from a college, and you got to debate real good. So as years go by and, the Zodiac Killer thing, kind of dies down because Teddy, he takes it seriously, took my advice to heart. And the next thing I know, about a few years ago, I'm sitting there and watching the news on the paper, and I'm watching these words, and they said that Ted Cruz, Theodore Cruz, the former Zodiac Killer, is running for the president of the United States. So I said, oh my God, I did it. I thought this boy gonna get there somewhere. Now I start reading about him some more in the paper, and I found out that he already became the president of the state of Texas. Now, how about that? And I says, look, I knew I would teach that boy the truth. The only problem is today, the reason I came into the studio to tell y'all this story, even though I'm feeling a little under the weather. It make my voice all raspy. Normally my voice is nice and clear. They told me I got a radio voice, a golden radio voice, but excuse me. But Teddy Cruz, he got himself a challenger. He's this young boy named Bobby O'Rourke. And I know that boy from El Paso. I know that boy anywhere. He's a young queer boy from El Paso, who made up a different name, and he's running against Teddy Cruz. And I tell this story to warn this Beto O'Rourke that Teddy Cruz is the Zodiac Killer, and he is going to kill you in your sleep if you try to win the presidency of the state of Texas. So I tells this story, not no bragging, I don't like to do none of that, but I tell this story because I ain't want this boy Bobby to get murdered by no Zodiac Killer. And even if I ain't feeling well, I woke up in my cot this morning. I was sleeping behind a Goodwill. Came all the way to the studio to tell this story to you and let you understand that Teddy Cruz, he maybe had stopped his, queer rage killings, but if he loses this election now, which, he might, Well, actually, I'll tell you the truth about that. The truth is that I'm friends with Mr. President right now, just like I was when I saved the economy from the Great Depression financial crisis with my company Build-A-Bear. And Mr. President tell me that ain't neither of these boys gonna win. The only winner is gonna be a young man who got himself an eye patch. And I don't know nothing about no eye patch boy, but if he is indeed a real pirate, he has my full-fledged support. But I'm still worried about Bobby Beto O'Rourke getting himself shot by the BB gun of the Zodiac Killer. Yeah, you keep that under your hat now, and next time I tell y'all this story about how I saved the world with Build-A-Bear. No, right now, nigga.